Hello, my fellow readers. Much like last year, I am once again going to do my little manga and light novel. And this year, I'm adding manhwa as well. Top five for each list as my little graphic, I guess, that I can also use on like Instagram or anywhere else. So I'm just going to build it up that way so you can see what my picks are, and I'll talk a little bit about them. So I'm going to start with the manhwa or the webtoon, but I'm pretty sure all these would be classified as manhwa, so I'm going to list it there. So here, I think, this is hard. I'm going to say that these are all kind of on the same level. There's not really one that I prefer maybe as the top, so don't judge it based on that. I love all of these. And I think I'm going to start with two that I actually started reading, I think in like the end of 2023. And so one that I love and I feel like I talked about, but I'm going to add it again, is Villains Are Destined to Die. I loved this. I love it. I think it's really good. It's a compelling story. She is trapped in it's a game world. I think for her it's a game because she gets like the ability to make options and do whatever, but she's trapped there and her family life is a little bit difficult, and it was in her like real life world as well. So she sees like a lot of parallels to the way she's being treated in this video game world compared to how she was in her real world, but she uses that to start making like different choices, and it's impacting her. But she knows the character herself was destined to die no matter what she did. And so I don't know, like she's battling to not do that, but at the same time she's kind of like almost given up, where it's like, well, if it doesn't matter what I do because she's going to die, then I'll try this or that or the other thing. And so far she has survived. And I just like it. I like the character interaction. It is kind of a reverse harem, so there's a lot of males surrounding her, but the stories are compelling, and I really like it. And another one that I started last year, not last year, now it's 2023, was Who Made Me a Princess. I think I read the first volume at the very end of like 2023, and the story has just grown on me. I like it a lot. It is another one where she was born. I think this one is into a novel world. And all these things, it's like the same premise. But again, it's different for this one. And so she knows that in the novel story, her character will be dismissed and forgotten about because another princess gets introduced. Actually, for both of these, there's like the introduction of another daughter figure. So in Villains Are Destined to Die, it's like the actual daughter of the noble family, whereas in Who Made Me a Princess, they're both his daughters, but the other daughter actually has the stranger backstory, and his separation from her is more based on emotional pain, I guess. But anyway, I love this one. A lot of it is just her building her relationship with her father figure in this world, who came across in like the book world is really mean and unfeeling toward her, but it was different. And then there's a twist that happens and it hurts emotionally, and I don't know. I love it. It's good. And next, I'll break up the fantasy for just a little workplace drama, and that's A Business Proposal. I love this one. It's just like a working romance. She, oh goodness, I reviewed this one, but essentially like she's lying about who she is while also like working for his company. But then I think by now he knows who she really is. Anyway, it's just a sweet romance, business romance, I guess. Workplace romance, because he's actually like her overall boss, but she's like kind of a peon at the company, so he didn't know who she was. Anyway, It's cute. It's romantic. I have a review of it if you want to hear more. And then for some that are newer, next would be, I'm not sure if you say, is this just Finding Camilla or is it Camellia? I don't know. But I'm enjoying this one a lot. This is where she is the illegitimate daughter of a servant at a noble house, and the mother was kind of kicked out, and so she was raised in like poverty. And when she's a small child, when she's separated from her mother and things look like they're going to take a really bad turn, but then the wife of the noble, who, like the wife of her father essentially, finds her and brings her into the home, but with ulterior motives, because she wants her to be not a replacement, but kind of a backup, I guess, for her son. And so she makes her disguise herself as a boy. And she's supposed to pretend to be a boy until her brother is well. And then she'll be kind of dismissed and forgotten about. So at this point, she's now 16 and still having to pretend to be a boy. But her brother is well. And I don't know where the story will go, but there's also like romance in it. And it's really good. I like it a lot. And then lastly, it's going to be Under the Oak Tree. I love the novel version and I love the comic version. They're both really good versions of the story. Well worth a read. In this one, it's Maxie, who is the victim of abuse in her home, but she was married off to Riften, and then he's immediately sent into battle, and it starts with like their reunion 3 years later after the battle, and how they can come together in their relationship. And it's just, there's romance, there's action and magic and all the good stuff. And so these would be my top 5 picks of the year for Manwa. Let's go on to manga. For manga this year, I'm going to start with one that I've only been able to read volume 1, but I do look forward to reading the rest of the series, and that is No Longer Heroine. It's going to be hard for me to talk about because now it's been a while, but this one, she has, if I remember correctly, does she have the crush already, or just develops it? I don't remember, but I think if I remember correctly, she had like an unrequited crush for the longest time. And I can't remember if they were friends, whatever. When I read more, I'll remember more and review it, because I read it like the beginning of 2024, and for the most part it stuck with me all the year. But essentially it's like he starts seeing someone else, and then she starts playing herself up as trying to be like the lead so that she's noticed, but it all kind of being hijinky and backfiring. It's just a lot of fun. Next, just one that I have to recommend after reading the whole thing, but it's Beastars. I do plan to review this one because I've completed the whole series. It's well worth a read. There's just a lot of emotion and a lot of hidden depth there about like relationships and coming together, I guess, but also accepting people for who they are. In this case, they're all like beasts, so accepting other beasts for who they are, but it's interesting. I think it's well worth a watch or a read. And next, I gotta go with another like romance piece, but my love story with Yamada-kun at level 999. I've just enjoyed seeing this relationship blossom. I think they're interesting characters. I like what levels they're at, but seeing them like develop and become the people that they are, I enjoy them very much. And so yeah, I gotta recommend this one. I think it's great. I've had a good time with it. And next, another one that I've reviewed, because I've reviewed this one and this one, Arya. Is it Arya in the Beach Forest? I'm pretty sure that's the complete title. Can't really see the little tiny words. But Aria is just such a cute story. I love her little witch, or maybe not witch self. As I mentioned in my reviews, she doesn't seem overly magical, but I'd like to see if she's develops her witchness, or if she was just raised with the witch and does her best. I love the talking wolf. I want to know more about his story. I do have volume 2, but I have not read it yet. But I cannot wait to get to, because the first one was so delightful. I can't wait to just see what it is. This is more of a cozy read. It is about her like making friends and accepting like the world outside of her cloistered little home in the forest. Although I would really hate to leave that little home because it looks so cozy and adorable. But yeah, I'd recommend that one. And then lastly, the one that made it to my top 10 of 2024, and that's Nina the Starry Bride. I love this one. It's got the romance, it's got sacrifice, it's got great characters, great artwork. It's just all there. It also has a great anime adaptation, which I just remember I need to keep watching, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, there's my top 5 manga for 2024. And now let's finish it off with the light novels. Now, I will say just straight up, I am not bringing Under the Oak Tree into this one. I just feel it's at a slightly different level, but it is in my top 10 of 2024. With good reason. But it's just not going to be on this one. So let's see what I want to go with first. I think I'm going to go with this one because it was a soft journey with a lot of characters and interaction, and I want to see where it goes more, but I don't have the fullness of the story yet. But I did enjoy it a lot, and that was the ephemeral scenes of Setsuna's journey, which I did review. I talked about it, and yeah, I'd like to see more of where Setsuna's journey goes. It was like a good relationship kind of start. Like, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I liked the atmosphere. I liked the characters, and I kind of can't wait to see like where it goes with him because of his abilities and how much he does. Like, is he going to be discovered and made to do things he doesn't want to do? I have a feeling he'll get out of whatever it is, but yeah, I'd like to read more of it, so that's definitely earns a spot for light novels because it's one that stuck with me. And then one that also has a delightful anime adaptation, although it's a little slow paced, so I can understand some people not getting into it, but it's Bibliophile Princess. I like it. I like their relationship. I think it's really cute. The two met when they were young. She is obsessed with books and the treatment of books, and he's the prince. And they met when they were really young. I think she didn't know who he was. They just like ran into each other in the library, and he's been enamored of her ever since. And so he is determined to marry her. And she didn't feel worthy or that she understood why he would like her, but he's totally smitten, and it's really cute. I like their relationship. And it's really just her accepting their engagement and accepting that he loves her. And it's really cute. And also her love of books. That's a big part of it too. The next one, I will go with Hello, I'm a Witch, and my crush wants me to make a love potion, which does have a manga adaptation. And I think the manga adaptation is titled Hi, I'm a Witch. Either way, it's just based on this light novel. And I've talked about the manga series before. The light novel is pretty much the same story, so you can go with either one. But essentially, he comes to the witch to get a love potion made, and she's had a crush on him for a long time. But when he requests the love potion, she's kind of anxious because then she thinks, oh, he's in love with somebody else. And yeah, a lot of chaos ensues, but secretly he's getting the love potion for the noble family that he serves, or a specific person of that family, and can't really tell her that because he's trying to protect her identity. And they actually develop mutual feelings for each other, and it's just a really cute witchy romance. I like it. The next one will be I just need to find the cover. Will be You Can Have My Back. I really liked this series. This is a reincarnation story where Leorino has the memories of a soldier from the big battle that occurred, I think it's like 11 years before the start of the main starting events of the series. And the soldier was killed, but his essence goes into Leorino, and Leorino has like those memories, and they arrive at different times and can be rough for him. And it also leads to a severe injury of Leorino, and it's just a lot of chaos and action. In the background, we have our romantic lead, Gravis, who was in love with, I'm trying to remember, Ionia, I think was his name, the original character whose memories are now in Leorino. So originally he was in love with him, and has been alone and sad ever since. And it's interesting because even though Leorino holds those memories, at the same time he learns to have feelings for Leorino himself as himself, not just a replacement, a reincarnation. So I don't know, I've enjoyed it. I think that the volume 3, which I currently haven't have started, is the last one, but this is heavy on the romance. Let's see, the final one I'm going to mention for this is a fun light romance, and that is The Dragon Soulmate as a Mushroom Princess. This is so cute. She, and I cannot remember their names right now, even though I love it. She was engaged to somebody else who breaks up with her at this like big event. And I think this is this is a reincarnation story. I can't remember now. But anyway, he breaks up with her. She's not completely crushed by them breaking up, but a little bit upset. That's why I'm like wondering if it was reincarnation, like if she sort of knew. But anyway, ends up connecting with our lead here, who is enamored of her ability. She, I think different emotions or whatever causes her to sprout different mushrooms, and it's kind of cute. This one is just quirky and cute. It's really just the relationship between the two characters, her coming to understand that he's not just obsessed with the mushrooms, because he does really like mushrooms, but that he also likes her, and her, of course, just developing feelings for him. And it's just a sweet, light romance. And those are my top 5 light novels of 2024. And that's going to be it for this video. Until next time, bye.